Changge finished her meal and continued speaking softly. In order to resist the forces beyond the realm, those from the great Eustral dynasty, my father and the others entered the spatial rift and never returned. So I also. The table was already cleared when Gu Changge looked at her and asked, "Are you full? I didn't expect your appetite to be that good. Did I not prepare enough?" Changge quickly raised her hand and smiled. That's enough. I'm full. Thank you, benefactor." With a gentle smile, she added, "I'll definitely find a way to repay your kindness. It would be better if everyone in this world were as kind as you." Gu Changge smiled faintly. "Oh, it's far too early to say that." "Huh?" Changge looked puzzled. Gu Changge stood up. "I mean, it's already getting late, Miss Changge. You should rest early." He gestured forward as he continued. "I can tell you've practiced swordsmanship since childhood. Tomorrow, I'll have someone take you to forge a proper sword. How about it?" Changge shook her head quickly. "I can't accept that. The kindness you've already shown me is something I can never repay. I can't trouble you any further." As they stepped outside, Gu Changge replied calmly, "It's just a trivial effort." But Changge still refused. "That still won't do. My mother always told me I shouldn't keep benefiting from others." Gu Changge nodded slightly. "All right then. Miss Changge's mother truly taught you well." Changge then looked up, her eyes widening at the sight of countless massive flying ships in the sky. "Benefactor, these past few days, I've seen the great Celestial dynasty and many other factions gathering at the border. Are they planning to invade my world?" Gu Changge clasped his hands behind his back. "I think, probably yes." Changge glanced at him carefully. "Then, is the force behind you also interested in this?" Gu Changge looked up at the night sky and replied quietly, "They are not interested." Changge let out a soft sigh of relief. "That's great," she said with a faint smile. "If you were among them, benefactor, I wouldn't even know how to face you." Gu Changge glanced at her quietly, his thoughts deep and unreadable. "But I am interested," he mused inwardly. Then he asked calmly, "What's your next step?" Changge fell silent for a moment before replying. "I may have to return. My mother will be very worried about my safety, and besides, I have to join my comrades in stopping this disaster." Turning to him, she bowed slightly. "Could I ask you to help me look for my father?" Her voice trembled. "With the kindness you've already shown me, I'm afraid I won't be able to repay it in this lifetime." A single tear welled up in her eyes as she lowered her head. Gu Changge stepped forward gently, raising her up. "Actually," he said softly, "have you ever considered that this disaster might be something you could resolve?" Changge looked up, startled. "I could resolve it. But my power?" Gu Changge leaned in slightly, his tone calm yet firm. "I actually have a plan. Do you want to hear it?" The scene shifts to the Imperial Palace. Yu Tianhe's voice echoed through the Grand Hall. "Investigate. Conduct a thorough investigation for me. You must find the person who leaked that information." The minister beside him bowed quickly. "Yes, Your Majesty. I'll handle it right away." Yu Tianhe placed a hand on his waist, frowning deeply. Could the one who leaked the information be that brat, Gu Changge? No, he shouldn't know about this. He paused, his expression darkening. Could it be Toba Xiaoyao, who went to the border a few days ago? He clenched his fist. That's right. The border has always been guarded by Toba Feiyun, the eldest son of the Toba family. It's not surprising that someone from that clan knows the truth. That damn Toba clan. Meanwhile, at the border, Toba Xiaoyao stood quietly, gazing into the distance. "Behind that spatial rift," he murmured, "is it the world where I once lived and cultivated in my previous life?" After his reincarnation and rebirth here, decades had already passed. "I never thought I'd have the chance to go back," he said softly. "I wonder if time flows the same way over there." Toba Feiyun stepped forward beside him. "Third brother, this isn't something that can be rushed." Xiaoyao turned slightly, his gaze calm, yet resolute. "Big brother, there isn't much time left for me." Toba Xiaoyao looked toward the vast rift and said firmly, "Through my observations during this period, I've become certain that the world beyond that rift is connected to me. I have to go there to find a way to rescue Qingyu from Yin." Toba Feiyun's gaze followed his brother's. "Without His Majesty's order, we can't cross the entrance recklessly," he warned. "Many experts are guarding it. Even I can't approach it carelessly. We must wait until the other forces arrive." He then placed a steady hand on Xiaoyao's shoulder. "Since Gu Changge still needs something from you, he won't push you into a dead end. unless he no longer wants what you hold. Go back for now and wait for my instructions. Xiaoyao nodded. All right then, I'll return and make some more preparations. Soon, the other forces gathered around the spatial rift. Their massive flying ships hovered silently in the air. On Gu Changge's ship, Saintess Chu Chu stood beside him and said softly, "So, I'll set out from here. I've been away from the immortal palace for too long. I must return first." Gu Changge raised his hand, gently touching her face. "Be careful on your way back." He then took out a glowing treasure. "Take this for self-defense." Saintess Chu Chu's eyes widened. This is an imperial artifact." Gu Changge smiled faintly. "I promised you this before. It's enough to handle minor troubles. If you run into something major, just call my name." A faint smile crossed her lips as she took off from the ship, her figure disappearing into the distance. Aching, who had been standing nearby, turned slightly toward Gu Changge. "That beautiful immortal fairy who's always by your side," she asked softly. "Is she your wife?" Gu Changge remained calm. Children shouldn't ask so many questions. Aching laughed lightly, amused. Then she looked out at the vast fleets and asked, "Is everyone really going to invade my world?" Gu Changge's tone was mild. Invade might not be the best word. They're only going there to temper themselves. Aching's gaze drifted over the countless flying ships in the sky. "So the resistance we're risking our lives for is just a training exercise?" she murmured bitterly. Then she looked back at him. "To you, benefactor, perhaps all of this has already become commonplace." Gu Changge glanced at her calmly. "Knight? Which is why I told you to give what I'm offering some serious thought." Aching lowered her gaze, her thoughts heavy. "Unite all the forces of my world and bury the invading armies once and for all." But doubt filled her voice as she murmured, "How can I possibly fight and win against them when the gap between us is so great?" Gu Changge's tone grew firmer. "You and your people won't stand a chance if you don't resist. Only by fighting back will you have a chance to survive. After all, there's always a way out. There's always hope." They stood together at the edge of the flying ship when Aching suddenly pointed downward. "Someone's fighting." Below, the sky trembled as violent waves of aura erupted. A man's deep voice echoed through the air. "Toba Xiaoyao, I've heard you've been keeping a low profile all these years. But your real strength. People say it's comparable to the second prince of the great Yu celestial dynasty." He cracked his knuckles, eyes blazing. "If you lie won't come out of the palace to face me, then today, I'll use you to test my fists." Gasps rippled through the crowd. A young lady whispered, "That's the mad demon god, the young master of the demon god palace." The man beside her frowned. "Isn't he Yu Lai's archenemy? Why is he fighting Toba Xiaoyao?" The lady replied quickly, "He's probably trying to gauge the second prince's current strength by using Toba Xiaoyao as a comparison." The mad demon god roared and charged forward, his fist tearing through the air. Toba Xiaoyao met him head-on, his sword flashing like lightning. In an instant, countless blows were exchanged. The clash thundered through the sky as the mad demon laughed wildly, thrilled by the battle. Xiaoyao ducked low under a heavy strike, his eyes narrowing. "Do you think you're Gu Changge too? You want to humiliate me as well?" He appeared behind the mad demon in a blur and unleashed a powerful sword technique. But the mad demon only grinned, his skin glowing with demonic light. "Impressive, but even your blade can't pierce my demon god body." Xiaoyao's aura flared violently as his sword gleamed brighter. "Then let's try a few more strikes." The next instant, a thunderous explosion erupted as their powers collided, shaking the entire battlefield. Aching watched the fierce battle below, her eyes wide with amazement. "How does he know the Shu sect's sword technique?" she asked in disbelief. Gu Changge turned slightly. "You're talking about Toba Xiaoyao?" Aching nodded. "That sword technique is only taught to the core disciples of the Shu sect. If anyone dares to pass it on privately to outsiders, they'll be hunted down and killed by the sect, no matter where they try to hide." Her gaze drifted toward Gu Changge. "And he even has a sword spirit with him. That means he must be a core disciple of the Shu sect." Gu Changge remained silent, his eyes narrowing thoughtfully. "So, Toba Xiaoyao really is from the same world as that girl." He continued pondering. "Judging by this, the secret technique Xiaoyao used to forge a sword embryo must have originated from the Shu sect," Aching mentioned. "The reason he came here so soon must be to cross that spatial rift and return to his original world. If that's the case, then I'll have to help him. At that moment, Gu Changge raised his hand. A single, controlled burst of energy shot downward, just as Xiao Yao and the Mad Demon were about to clash again. The powerful strike landed between them, shaking the ground and halting their attacks mid-swing. Both fighters stepped back in shock. The Mad Demon's expression twisted in anger. "Who dares to stand in my way?" he roared. Gu Changge slowly descended from above, his voice calm, yet commanding. "We're at the most critical stage of conquering a vast new world," he said. "Why waste strength on petty squabbles, my fellow brothers?" The Mad Demon froze as he recognized the voice. His expression shifted instantly. "Why, young Master Chang?" Gu Changge landed gracefully, his robes fluttering in the wind. "Why not end this fight for my sake? You can settle your differences another time." The Mad Demon gave a crooked smile and bowed slightly. "If young Master Chang says so, then of course, it's fine." He turned toward Xiao Yao and sneered. "Today, in consideration of young Master Chang, I'll let you off." Xiao Yao only scoffed, his expression cold. Gu Changge looked at him quietly. "It seems," he said slowly, "the third young Master Toba doesn't wish to give Gu even a little face?" Xiao Yao glanced at Gu Changge, his expression unreadable as he thought to himself. "Damn it, Gu Changge is here too. Could it be he also intends to enter my world?" He bowed slightly. "Today, I thank young Master Chang for saving me. I'll remember this kindness and repay it someday. I have other matters to attend to, so I'll take my leave for now." As he turned to leave, Gu Changge spoke calmly behind him. "Then, don't forget to repay me." Xiao Yao replied without looking back. "Of course, I'll remember." He walked past Euphia without even glancing her way. Yu Ming, standing beside her, smirked and whispered, "It seems he's finally given up after what happened that day at the palace. Looks like he won't be pestering you anymore, sister." Euphia frowned slightly, her gaze following Xiao Yao. "No, he seems troubled. Something must be weighing on his mind. But why is he here? Could it be he's planning to go to the other world as well?" She then stepped forward and bowed politely. "Young Master Chang, are you also planning to go to the other world?" Gu Changge smiled faintly. "That is indeed my intention." Euphia looked concerned. "No cultivator has ever set foot in that world before. There are too many unknowns, too many dangers." She hesitated, then added softly, "Considering that, how about we go together, young Master Chang?" Gu Changge let out a small laugh. "Princess Fia, I appreciate your kindness, but I'm used to a leisurely life. I'm afraid I must decline." He thought to himself, bringing them along would only cause unnecessary trouble. Euphia lowered her gaze, lost in thought. How many times has he rejected me now? Could it be he dislikes me? What did I do to offend him? Still, traveling together would be safer. That world is full of unknowns. Even someone like him might not handle every danger alone, right? Just then, the third Prince Jeloa stepped forward with a smile. "Then, young Master Chang, may this humble prince accompany you?" Before Gu Changge could respond, Adar turned to him coldly. "You? Go play on your own." Jeloa froze in place, completely stunned. His subordinate leaned closer and whispered, "Your Highness, are we still going?" If you enjoyed this episode, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. See you next time.